that is to testify to the gospel of the grace of God. So we should not get confused. We should not actually, when we see all these things around us, and then we say now, this is what makes the job dangerous. What makes the job dangerous is when we start losing focus. Is when we start doing what is contrary to the scriptures. When we start doing the things that a shepherd is not supposed to do. That makes this job dangerous. Because now you are becoming a danger to the flock. And Peter says, when you do it, take care of this sheep that has been entrusted unto you by God. But not by force. And he says also, not to be greedy in doing it. You know, greediness is destroying the church. People who are power hungry are destroying the church. You will sometimes sit and listen to them and you will be wondering, are we Christians? Are we politicians? Why are we reasoning like the people of the world? Our job is to be shepherds. The people that we are leading should come first. You should protect them. They should look at you like David was looking at God and say, I'm safe here. This person will look after me when I'm sick. When I'm sick, I know who to call. When I'm hungry, I know where to go. When I'm afraid and I feel alone, I need to know where to go. But now, that is not the case in the church. People should know that He is the same God, and now we are serving this God, and therefore you are a shepherd, and you need to take care of these people that God has entrusted unto you. But now, there was this blog that I read of someone that a guy called Bruce Rosdell. He went to chapter 34 of Ezekiel, where God reprimanded the shepherds. He labeled that blog as abuse of shepherds, God's anger over his battered flock. Talks about the abuses of these wicked shepherds. And the way he analyzed it, he said the first thing that he picks up in verse 2 is they were greedy and self-seeking, neglecting the needs of the people. In verse 2 of chapter 34 of Ezekiel. These shepherds that God has entrusted with the people, they became dangerous. They became a danger. The very same people that were supposed to take care, they look for what they can gain. They look at how they can promote themselves. They took the fat ones and they ate them. They neglected those that were lost. They didn't care, they were abandoning them. If you are lost, that's not my problem. They divide them. Take the fat ones and put them one side and the others one side. That is what we are doing today as leaders in the church. We are dividing the church. He says those are the wicked leaders. They were greedy and self-seeking. They were neglecting the people of God. And the second thing that he picked up, he said, they profited from the people by eating the cuts, wearing the wood, slaughtering the choice animals. In short, they fleece the flock for their own selfish desires. That makes you a dangerous shepherd. Not the things that comes to us. That's not the things. The things that we can bring to the church and destroy those that God has entrusted unto us. Those are the dangers that come with this. He wrote this blog of his in 2015, December the 15th. So the third thing that he picked up there was in verse 4. They provided no care for the wounded or the needy. Rather than mercy, indifferent leaders were devoid of compassion and care. Even strange sheep that wandered into territories were abandoned as prey for every wild animal with no one to protect or search for them. And does that sound familiar in our church? How many people are sitting at home? They feel that because of the conflict in this church, I would rather not want to get involved, I would rather sit. And then you find themselves now worshiping somewhere else. And most of these things that are bringing this conflict in the church are there because of the leaders that were supposed to protect them. He said they provided no care for the wounded. They didn't care. They didn't care how many people were losing their faith in God. They didn't care for those who were needy. They didn't show any mercy. But these indifferent leaders, they were devoid of compassion and care. Now we would say, but I show compassion. But to whom? To those that support you? To those that are in your corner? Or are you showing compassion to the flock of God? Are you only showing compassion to those that will provide a meal for you? You see them, they are lost. But you don't care. He says, if you read Ezekiel, he says they are there on top of the mountain, they are lost. And these leaders, they just don't care. Those are your dangerous leaders. Those are leaders that have become a problem to the church. In this scripture, we discover the heart of God, both through his acts of redemption and judgment. Our attention needs to arise when we hear the iconic woe unto you. A woe unto you was more than just a generic saying, hey, you, or listen. It warned the recipients of impending judgment unless repentance is ensured. So for us, we also need to take it and start asking ourselves, so if this job is dangerous, what exactly makes it dangerous? Did we bring the danger as the shepherds? Are we in danger? Or are we the ones that brings the danger to the church? If danger is the ability to cause harm or injury, am I causing harm with what I'm doing currently? Or the likelihood to cause problems? Or to have an adverse consequences? Is that what I'm doing? If I become a hazard, that chance or probability or the source of potential damage to some of the members of the church. Who am I? Am I the one in danger? Am I the one bringing the danger? Are we keeping the faith as the ministers? When Mfundisi asked the question, he said, when his sons looks at him, what is it that they are going to say about him? In his preaching earlier, what are they going to say about him? In your ministry as a minister, are you a shepherd? Or are you just a good preacher that enjoys preaching? Are you here for power? You need to have a lot of following to feel that you are very important. Or are you actually taking care of those that God has entrusted unto you? Are you eating the fat ones and neglecting the rest? Are you showing compassion? Are you showing love? Do you show the same kind of love? Do you see those who are in need? Do you go out and protect, or is this for you a title that makes you look like an important person in your community? Even if the church falls apart, even if you lose members in the church, even if I only have to serve 2 or 3 and say, I like the heart, or am I going out to look for those? Or am I stepping back and say, no, maybe I'm not the right person to lead this congregation. Maybe it's time to bring in someone else. But I cannot be responsible for bringing division in the church. I cannot be responsible for destroying members that was entrusted unto me by God. Do you know your sheep? Do you know how to take care of them? Let's take care of the sheep that God has called us to take care of. Let's pray that God gives us that ability to attend, to lead, to manage, to guide, to protect these people, and not look at how